Happy Wednesday. It's that Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda. I'm in the studio. Amanda is on Tracy Island, as we like to call it. If you watch the Thunderbirds, you'll know what I'm talking about. You've got the swimming pool, the rocket that comes out of it.
Have I?
Yeah.
But if you're watching the Thunderbirds, you'll know something's missing, and that's a character called Brains. None of that here. On our show today, we're going to be talking to a woman called Dr. Kate. She's a contestant on Alone Australia. I have watched every season of the TV show Alone. People have been in the north of the Yukon. They've been in northern Alaska. They've been in the most remote parts of the world just having to survive on their own. They set up their own cameras. There's no camera crews around them, having to eat what they can find and live as they live on their own. Alone Australia is about to start, and we're talking to Dr. Kate.
Also, Samantha Armitage is back. Farmer Wants a Wife is returning to our TV screens. That's the most successful dating show out of all the dating shows in Australia. I didn't know that.
Interesting, isn't it? We talk about boat names, naming and shaming, all car regos. People name their things, their cars, their boats. It's usually men who do this. They name them terrible things. Let's name and shame them.
That's all coming up on our podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio. Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there. Jonesy and Amanda are here. It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda, my little wincing friend.
Yes, well, I just thought I'd make myself something to eat, and then I realised I'd left my crutch out there and I had to run back because I realised the opening credits, the music was playing, so I had to run back. So I'm wincing a little bit.
So you've come back.
I'm doing well, actually.
You've come back crutchless to us.
I've come back to you crutchless. My crutch is in the other room, and I should be using the crutch to help me get around. But look, I'm doing really well. I'm a bit stiff today because I did quite a bit of walking yesterday, or for me, and did all my exercises and things. So I'm off the endone. So I've actually been to the toilet. Thanks for asking.
How did that go?
Juice was my friend. Oh, my stomach felt so much better.
Yep.
I felt like I was like a balloon about to burst.
But it was
days and days of it.
It was a good session there.
Well, let's not go into details.
Yeah,
but I'm glad I was at home yesterday.
There's nothing better than when you're at home and that happens.
When you know that no matter what happens, it's going to be okay because I'm here.
Yeah, and then there's always that stage where you could be in a situation and you could go to the worst toilet in Glasgow from train spotting. You don't care anymore because there's that point as well. But when you're at home and no one's in the house, that's even better. When there's no one in the house.
I didn't care that there were people in the house. I just didn't care.
Barack, Michelle, just hang on a minute. I'll be back in 20. But you know what you remind me of? This is like the $6 million man. So Steve Austin, barely alive, astronaut, has had the accident, and now we've gone through the operation. Now this is the montage of you doing cool stuff. And
what? What cool stuff am I doing?
Crushing tennis balls with your hands and jumping up stuff.
I don't need to do that.
And fighting Bigfoot. You know, this is all part of your rehabilitation. Actually, you're not ready to fight Bigfoot yet.
No.
You will.
Do I need to crush tennis balls?
Yeah, definitely got to crush tennis balls.
I'm happy just to walk around and not be in pain. That's all I require. I don't need to fight Bigfoot. I don't need to jump out of an aeroplane. I don't need to have an orchestra behind me as we've got here.
That's the Bionic Woman, which is a bit more girly. And then you got the $6 million.
So you got to play ladies midweek tennis rather than crushing the tennis balls.
$6 million man's got a bit more hair on it, like your crutch.
You had a doll, didn't you? A $6 million doll?
I did. I had a $6 million man doll. It was the greatest thing in the world. I didn't actually have it. It was my brother's.
And did the arm peel back? And
the arm peeled back and you saw the bionics. And
something about his eye?
You look through the back of his head and he had
he had nothing there.
and you could use his bionic eye. And he had a little button on his back and you pressed it and he would lift up an engine block that came along with the whole thing.
How good's that?
It's the greatest thing in the world. I swear it's the greatest thing. And I saw it on eBay, $250. People are selling them for.
When he got that, what did you get? Was it Christmas or something? Did you get Chrissy Doll where you press the stomach and the hair comes out?
So he was the favourite child. I was the oldest, so I never got anything. And he got all that. He got all the good stuff.
At Christmas, they'd say, Brendan, sit in the corner. It's your brother's turn.
I got nothing. I'd get like a cardboard box and he'd get a brand new thing. And
you'd get a bag of coal and he'd get a bike.
I would.
I think
but I
his
appreciate
trope
coal.
has gone on long enough.
Because coal's getting rare and it's getting expensive, so I appreciate that.
Right.
That's exactly that. Well, we've got an action-packed show today. Sam Armitage is going to be joining us. Farmer Wants a Wife is back on the telly.
I'm obsessed with a television show called Alone. I've watched episodes a series that have been filmed in the wilds of Alaska, in the north of China, in all kinds of extraordinary, isolated places where people really have to survive on their own using their own bush skills. Mm-hmm. There's a new Australian series starting. We're talking to one of the contestants.
Ooh, I'm excited about that. And we can't do anything till we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
What happens to Bruce Banner when he gets angry?
Oh, everyone knows what happens to Bruce Banner when he gets angry.
Podcast.
For you, the Magnificent Seven, there are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
He'll say, it's like the $6 million man with more hair on it.
Yeah. Did you find your crutch, by the way, speaking of that?
I went and got my crutch.
Yep, good.
I don't want to be crutchless. I can be crutchless, but the doctor suggested for pain management, just keep going with my crutch.
Well, I tell you what, you just had major surgery last Monday. You know, so really...
You're not telling me anything I don't know.
I know, but let's not be cavalier about this.
No,
let's
that's
just
right.
Take it easy.
I know, that's right.
Take it easy.
Just
take it easy.
Just take it easy and get up early and go to work and talk to
Do you not want to do the show? Go back to bed. No, Ryan and I will do the show, and you'll be in safe hands.
You know what? I'm more than happy, and now that I'm off the endone, I've come off the endone.
Yep.
And so I'm actually sleeping better without it, and so it's easier for me to get up in the morning without it.
Do you remember back in 2004 when I was courting you to come and work for me? I said, do as little or as much as you would like to do. That still stands.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm happy to be here.
Good.
I'm happy to be here.
Jeremy is in Narellan Vale. Hello, Jeremy.
Good morning, Jonesy and Amanda.
How are you?
Jeremy?
Very good, thank you.
Here's question 1 for you. What happens to Bruce Banner when he gets angry?
He turns into the Hulk.
He does.
Make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
And his shirt rips off. There he goes. All the stuff happens, but his pants stay on and his modesty remains.
Well, he's got those stretchy $15 pants from Kmart.
Yeah, they're good, but they only stretch. But below the knee, they stretch open, which is weird.
Yeah, but you know. Which fabric pattern is associated with Scotland, Jeremy?
Which fabric pattern?
Yeah.
Flannelette?
No.
You didn't say that in Braveheart, did you?
Oh, it's getting cold. Let's put on the flannelette sheets.
Nev's and Terrigal.
Hello, Nev.
Hello, guys. I've got a flannel that's got a similar pattern.
Yep.
I would say tartan.
That's tartan.
It's tartan, that's right. Let's play Reverse It.
Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Nev, we're going to play a song backwards. It'll sound like the work of the devil. What is it?
I don't like that.
That's not easy. The best I can come up with is Summer Rain by Belinda Carlisle.
Ooh.
Near the pin, but wrong, Nev.
Oh, same singer, wrong song.
Jam Nation.
WSFM. Hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Such a great time, that early 2000s soft rock Lifehouse were there. Hanging by a Moment. Remember those days? And Creed, all those bands.
Who sang this one, Hanging by a Moment?
Hanging Lifehouse.
Oh, was that Lifehouse?
Lifehouse.
And then what was Lighthouse saying something?
The Lighthouse Family. They did.
That's a different one.
Yeah, that's their.
The family wrecked that.
Lighthouse Family. They came along a bit later. But Lifehouse begat the Lighthouse.
I don't think so. But I like that song.
That is a great song. We only play songs that you like, Amanda, because you are convalescing from your hip surgery and we are here for you. The whole of the city the whole of Australia is here for you.
Not the world? I'm disappointed.
The whole of the world is here for you. Barack Obama's in town. Have you not noticed?
Oh, he was over last night and I said, look, I can't go to a restaurant. I can't drive or anything, so just come here.
Come here. And what did you serve him? What foods?
Oh, look, I made some nice, I did roast chicken and I did, because he wants simple stuff because he goes to those punsy restaurants. Just roast chicken. I did some roast potatoes and a salad and I did a very nice chocolate cake for dessert. He was very happy with it.
Any drinks?
Yeah, I had some drinks.
Like,
he likes a Pinot Noir like I do.
Does he really? Likes the Australian Reds? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And what about Michelle?
She was there. She's lovely.
Yeah.
I know she's pulled some cranky faces while she's here, but she was full of smiles in my house.
Of course. And why would
And then I woke up.
And why would she be
Then I stopped taking the endone.
You are off the endone, aren't you? We're into the Magnificent Seven. And we're up to question
Didn't even ask what I was wearing.
We're into the Magnificent Seven. We're up to question number 3. It's reverse it.
Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Oh, do we have to play this again? Just play a small snippet of this. This is a Belinda Carlisle song being played backwards.
Okay, that'll do. Kirsty's in Blacktown. Wrap it up, Kirsty.
What is it, Kirsty?
It's Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle.
Sure is.
Thank you. That's it. Now, question 4's multiple choice for you. Before they were famous, which of the following comedians was in an unsuccessful British New Wave band? Well, this British New Wave band he was in did have some success in the Philippines, apparently. Was it A, Sacha Baron Cohen, B, Rowan Atkinson, or C, Ricky Gervais?
Ooh, I'm going to say C, Ricky Gervais.
Yes.
It is Ricky Gervais. Have a listen to this.
This is...
I was tired of thinking that our love could shine.
The band was called Sinona Dancing.
Sinona Dancing, terrible.
And it's called More to Lose.
I thought it over.
I like it. That's what I would have danced to in those formative dancing days.
After
Barack Obama liked it last night.
Did you put that on Spotify last night?
Yeah, I did.
You
And we
and
enjoyed
Michelle
it.
and Barack all dancing
Danced
around.
Yeah.
After seizing power of Cuba in 1959, which popular family board game did Fidel Castro ban?
Ooh, I'm going to guess Monopoly.
Yeah.
It was.
Should have been banned outright forever.
Yeah, many sibling feuds. According to sources, this is question 6. Which A White Lotus Season 3 is going to be filmed in which Asian country? But the tourism department's rubbing their hands together.
Thailand?
Yes.
It is Thailand.
Who is the special guest performing with Rod Stewart tonight at Kudos Bank Arena?
No idea. Casey Donovan?
Oh, no,
Casey
sorry.
Donovan. Maybe did you do your impersonation of her to the Obamas when they were around last night? You delight many people with your impersonation of this.
I did. I won't do it now because it might give it away.
Because it's so good. It's dead on.
Yeah.
Sandra's in Carringbar.
Hello, Sandra.
Hi.
So, good morning.
Sandra.
Performing with Rod Stewart tonight at Kudos Bank Arena is which American singer?
That would have to be Cyndi Lauper.
It's Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. Ask Amanda to do the impression.
I am doing it.
Oh, okay. Sing True
I think that was
Colours.
my Barack Obama.
Sing True Colours.
I see your true colors shining through.
That's what the Obamas got last night, Sandra.
That's amazing.
Is it? Congratulations, you've won the jam pack. It's all coming away. A Hague's Easter chocolate hamper. Ooh, you should have seen the size of the thing that came into the station the other day.
Well, it's valued at $250.
It's amazing.
But they do the most incredible Easter hampers.
Yep. Hague's Chocolates for the most delicious gifts this Easter. A double pass to the Sydney Comedy Gala Festival across Sydney City from the 24th of April to the 21st of May. And Jonesy and Amanda Carey to choose for you to colour in some standard pencil. Sandra, anything you'd like to add?
Thank you guys so much. I listen to you every morning. I have tried to call through on the Easter show tickets only and never gotten through, but this is the first time I've gotten through on this, and this is awesome.
Well, I'm glad. And we are going to be giving Easter show tickets away in the show as well, so keep listening because it might be a lucky day. You
Good on
never
you,
know.
Sandra. It's good to have
Thank
you
you,
on board.
Sandra.
Thank you.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wow, what a day.
Shut up and turn the radio on.
Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Thumbing through the Almanac, our big book of musical facts. How are you going? Everything okay, by the way?
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
Yes. Why does something?
I've just noticed you just fidgeting around there.
Well, I just went and I thought I'd better have something to eat because I'm still taking. I told someone that I'm still taking paint thinners. I think I meant blood thinners.
Okay.
But I thought I'd better have something, and I realised I've spilt like a protein shake all down the front of my shirt.
Did you fire up the NutriBullet?
Brown all down my pants.
Oh.
It looks like something dreadful has happened.
Okay.
But it hasn't. It's just brown. It's just brown.
Oh, lucky the Obamas were around last night and didn't come around today.
Oh, and would have seen me in this state of disrepair.
Yeah, they would have said, oh, well, it's okay.
No, but by today, we'd be old mates and they'd accept it.
That'd be
Yesterday, we were just getting to know each other.
They'd have a nickname for you by now, old poop pants over here.
Sure.
Thumbing through the Almanac. On this day in 2001, Brian Wilson, you know Brian Wilson?
From the Beach Boys?
Yeah. He was honoured in a 3-hour tribute at New York's Radio City Music Hall.
3 hours?
That's a long show.
Well, they all his own songs. I must have finally got to, let's sing them at Kylie Minogue.
Well, the Beach Boys had a very big catalogue. I'm not a huge fan of the Beach Boys, but, you appreciate where they're at. People like Billy Joel was singing. Paul Simon was singing. There was Ann and Nancy Wilson. Nancy Wilson from Wilson Phillips. Elton John and the Go-Go's.
They're not from Wilson Phillips. Ann and Nancy, they were Barracuda. They were Heart.
Yeah, but they're all from the Wilson Phillips clan.
I don't know. I don't think they're related.
Heart isn't,
Those Wilsons I don't think are the same Beach Boys Wilsons.
No, the Wilsons are the same. Yeah, maybe they're cousins.
No, yeah.
Anyway, we could circle around this all day, but they had a lot of fun and they sang a lot of cool songs.
They had a lot of fun.
Despite the superstar lineup, Brian was still reviewed as the best performer on the night, with one review stating, at its best, this is sublime music, beautifully performed. Wilson himself still has a great voice and the most appropriate vessel for these works. So the question I would ask you, we're going to play a Beach Boys song, any Beach Boys song in the world. Which Beach Boys song would you like to hear?
Good Vibrations.
Oh.
No, will you play one that you've got there all set to go?
We've got it on the turntable and Ryan's just gone down to the record
What is it?
to get
What is it? Well, then don't ask me. What is it? See if I like it.
Surfing USA.
All right.
You don't like that?
That's all right.
Oh, well, we can't.
Let's do it.
He's put it on.
Can I play it?
Yeah, put it on.
Yeah, do it.
Go.
Jam Nation.
My wife, who never really listens to the show, liked our interview with Lyndall from Married at First Sight.
Lyndall was lovely. What was it that Helen liked about that?
She just said she's a really switched-on young lady, Lyndall from Married at First Sight. If you don't watch the show, Lyndall's the one, she's got cystic fibrosis, and she went on the show because her life has pretty much changed because of this new drug that she can take now that's available on the PBS. Previously, this drug for cystic fibrosis sufferers was going to cost $20,000 a month or something, which is... And then it got released on the PBS. So now her life has changed and she's decided, rightly or wrongly, to go on Married at First Sight. She ended up with this guy called Cameron, who I kind of liked. I thought he was a nice guy.
And they were good at the beginning, weren't they?
Good at the beginning, but then it just... As with Married at First Sight, it didn't really work out. And in her final vows, she told him all of this. And then when Cameron was about to read out his vows, she said, no way.
Before you start.
Yeah.
Just on that. I just feel like no matter what you say today, it's only going to disappoint me again. I think I'm just done.
I think you can have them then. You get me in a car. I'm out of here. That's me done.
I think we got a bit of insight about Cameron. He's a guy that lives in Darwin but spends a lot of time in a remote area working in the mines, I'm presuming. I think he just wants to spend a lot of time with himself.
But also he's one of those kind of guys, and there's a lot of them, and therefore you shouldn't go on maths if you're one of these guys, who doesn't want to examine themselves or their relationships too closely. And this show is about being told to talk about your feelings and how everyone else is feeling 24 hours 7. So this isn't the show for you if you don't want to discuss how you're feeling. And he was one of those guys.
Yeah. And we had Lyndall on the show yesterday, and the last shot is those vows, or the last vows that Cameron was going to read, and there's a close-up shot of them just fluttering around on the ground. And Lyndall was on our show yesterday, and we said, did you want to hear the vows? Have you heard his vows? It's been some time since. Do you know what he said in that? Because it's out there now. It's been broadcast what he actually was going to say. Do you know? Do you want? Because I've got it here. I've got the transcript. I can cherry pick it for you, so it won't be anything bad.
All right.
So he said, okay, positive things. Cameron said, you're an incredible singer. See, I didn't know that about you. Your enthusiasm for life and the way you love those closest to you is really something he admires. You are kind, empathetic. You have a genuine heart. You always bring a positive vibe to any room, and that's true. We saw that on the show. He does.
Really right there.
Yeah, this is him. I am sort of candy coating a little bit. Then he says, but amongst the good times, I've also had my concerns about the future. Most obvious, we live in different states. We live completely different lifestyles, and being together will mean one of us will have to change our lives completely. Another concern is how we handle our conflict. I feel you like to air our dirty laundry in a public environment, which really pushes my buttons. He did know you're on TV, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. The whole country was getting sick of our problems eventually, I guess. Honestly, from my perspective, I knew that the communication wasn't healthy, and I knew that we had a massive problem resolving that conflict. But I needed someone who was willing to sit with me and weather the storm in those hard conversations, not just walk out and then never readdress them. And that was a big decider in what in not hearing his vows was I felt like I'd continuously tried to have these hard conversations and say when I was hurting or say what I needed or what I think was wrong. And I think his choice was always to just leave. And I was like, well, you know what, for once, I'm going to say exactly how I feel and tell him exactly how hurt I was, and he's going to have to listen to every single word. And for the first time, I'm going to just stand up and say, and you actually don't get to have a say this time because you left me there so many times repeatedly.
Way to go, Lyndall. Do you want some Married at First Sight stats over the years? So there's been 10 seasons, 78 couples. The number of couples that are still together, have a guess.
How many?
7. So 7 out of 78. So that's a percentage.
And I reckon
success rate of 8.97%.
And
not 100%. 100%.
100%.
And most of those from the earlier seasons, because it's got more crazy. This is how I think. I think you and I could do a better job, and I think they've missed the boat. This is why Farmer Wants a Wife is a different kind of show, because they sincerely try and put couples together. Married at First Sight initially set out to be that, with psychologists who were going to try and put people's best interests at heart and match people up, and it stopped being that some time ago. I think you and I could do it, because I think that there's a whole lot of singles in Sydney, in Australia, who are looking for relationships, in sincere relationships, and could easily be matched with people if someone's smart helped them put them together.
Have you ever matched up someone?
Actually, I had a friend years ago. Do you remember when Richard Hatch won the very first American season of Survivor?
Yes.
He was the big nudist.
Yeah, the big fat American.
And no one liked him because he played the game to win the money. He just wasn't the big friendly guy. He was manipulative. He came to Australia and he was gay, and he said he was just looking for a relationship. I had a friend who was single at the time, and I said, why don't they go out for a drink? My friend went to live overseas with him for some time. The relationship ended very strangely because Richard is a very weird man. But I saw my friend the other day and he said, I don't regret that, even though it was wounding relationship, because he said what an adventure it was. So I think I might have some skin in the game, as it were. I think I might be okay.
Well, it didn't work out though, but it lasted for a little bit there.
A couple of months. But, how about you? Have you ever matched anyone?
I remember once when Stuart McGill met Rachel Friend. We were doing a radio show together, and he said, I met Rachel Friend last night. I said, he goes, what do you think I should do? And I said, well, call her if you like her. You call her. And he called her. Subsequently, the marriage didn't there's not together anymore.
Would he not have called her, you don't think?
I don't know. I don't think so. We were just sitting in the studio. I said, well, why don't you just call her? And he said, oh, do you think? And I went, yeah, call her. So I don't know. I don't know if I helped out. Stu might have a different opinion on that, but
if
I remember at the time you need someone to give you a bit of a leg up.
A bit of a push along, but not only that, someone who can look at a whole lot of people, which is what those psychologists should be doing on that show, and say, you are a good match because. I think they just looked for conflict on that show and it was a wasted opportunity. You and I could look at that and go, I think you'd be a good match.
Yeah, because I would have, say with Cameron and Lyndall, she's in Perth, he's in Darwin, and I would instantly not put those two together. You'd want people in the same city.
Well, that's why I'd be interesting to talk to Sam Armitage about Farmer Wants a Wife, because the people there are going to have to move to the farm.
We'd have to come up with a name for it, though. If we're going to put these people together, they'd have to be
Jam Singles. I've thought of it already.
Like craft singles.
Yeah, but jam singles.
What
Jonesy
about
and Amanda
Jamingles?
singles.
What about Jamingles?
Jamingles, you've got the word mingle in it.
Single and ready to jamingle.
Well, we've got some work to do.
Okay.
Might be a thing we'll do.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Barack Obama is in town and everyone's talking about him.
Well, interesting. He sat down yesterday with Julie Bishop to discuss leadership and the world's future, including the rise of China, Russia, Ukraine, spoke about a whole lot of things. What I find most interesting was when she said to him, "What's your biggest regret?" And he said it was not being able to change the gun laws in America in wake of the Sandy Hook school shooting where 20 children and 6 teachers were killed. He said, that's the closest I came during my years in office to feeling cynical about the capacity of politics, of people to join together to do what's obvious. He said, you run your race as best you can, you try to make a good handover, and you have to have the satisfaction from feeling you did the best you can. I think not changing, though, the gun laws was an example of me trying very hard, but I couldn't budge Congress. And it was said at the time, if you accept that 20 children can be shot in the face and you don't change your laws, then that's what America will accept. That's what it will walk past. And the rest of the world was completely shocked. And it's interesting that conversation happened last night in light of another shooting yesterday in Nashville. 3 children, aged 9 years old, 3 adult staffers killed in a shooting at a religious school in Tennessee. Just horrendous. And I read a thing yesterday that I thought was very interesting. This guy on Twitter, Jack Hopkins is his name, he said, mass shooters don't choose the AR-15 because it looks cool. They choose it because it can kill upwards of 30 people before needing to reload. On September 28, 1982, 12-year-old Mary Kellerman was hospitalised after being poisoned by a killer who laced a bottle of Tylenol that was on a store shelf with cyanide. She died the next morning. A day later, 6 more would die from poisoned Tylenol.
Wow.
By October 5, do you remember this? By October 5, Johnson & Johnson had issued a nationwide recall of 31 million bottles of Tylenol, launched a massive advertising campaign to get people not to consume any of their products that contained any of this stuff. And they said and so that changed the way that we now buy products, all that tamper-proof stuff.
Yeah, right.
The 1982 event inspired a rapid and radical shift in how certain products are sold, prompting manufacturers to use tamper-proof packaging, and untold lives have been saved. And the crisis management response by Johnson & Johnson is taught today as a model of corporate public relations and public safety. These shootings should be simple to fix. We know how to rapidly bring about a massive reduction in school shootings and the senseless death of children and staff. We know how. But it's not happening because organisations like the NRA spend millions upon millions of dollars to make sure that politicians do not allow these solutions to be implemented. The NRA rewards politicians for allowing our children to continue to be slaughtered. It's not that we don't know how to crush this. That's never been the problem.
Wow. It is amazing. I went to
and everyone else around the world goes, how more obvious can this be?
Well, but also just getting America to think differently about guns. We went to a gun range over in Hawaii and you get to fire all sorts of crazy guns. And we finished up doing them. The guy says, yeah, you guys, you don't have those guns in Australia. And my son said, yeah, well, we had a massacre and a bunch of people died. And he goes, you had one massacre. And my kids went, yeah. And he was like, he was coming from the point, you've only had one. Come on, keep going. Wherever the point, well, one's too many.
Yes.
And you
Scotland
can't beat
had
that.
Dunblane. The British changed their rules.
I don't know. I don't know what you would
horrific. Interesting that Barack Obama feels that that's his biggest regret.
Jam Nation.
We're doing a gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin. Cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
This is the greatest thing in the world. You have 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, you win $1,000. And you can just leave this place and say, I'll see you later. I'm not coming back. But wait, there's more. If you get all 10 questions correct, you can double your $1,000 with just one more question. Isn't that right?
But if you don't get that question right, you get nothing. That is the gamble that you play with this crazy mistress.
As the Radiators once sung, life's a gamble.
Oh, good.
But they also said, give me head, so, you know.
Oh, well, that's a different competition that didn't get through our marketing team,
They're
remember?
doing that at KISS at the moment. Bonnie's in Blacktown.
Hello, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How you feeling?
Feeling all right?
Yeah. A bit nervous, but all
well,
good.
that's okay. But you remember, if you want to hesitate or whatever, you're really not sure, say pass, because we'll have time probably to come back, because if you get it wrong, that's the end of the game. You ready to start?
Yeah.
All right, Bonnie, let's do it. Here we go. We've got
Good
10
luck.
questions. Question number 1. Haig's is a famous brand of which food?
Ham.
What was the answer?
It's chocolate.
What did Bonnie say? I couldn't
Ham.
hear. Ham, no, it's chocolate. Haig's
Bonnie.
are famous chocolate makers. Oh, Bonnie, you've bombed out right at the beginning, I'm afraid. But you do get $100
Bonnie,
for
what
your
happened
groceries.
Oh, my gosh. I thought you said, like, the beer. You know, is that the beer?
No, there's no Haig's beer.
Oh,
Bonnie, I think what we'll do is we'll just all walk away from this and just say, wow.
And we'll use these questions
It's just
tomorrow.
one of those things. It's because Amanda's broadcasting from home. It's Amanda's
Is
fault,
it?
Bonnie.
It's my fault. It's my
all
fault.
Amanda's fault.
But you do
Bonnie.
get $100 for your trouble.
There
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm disappointed. That's like dreadful.
Oh, well, look, we do our best. What can
I
we
looked
do?
at all these questions. I thought they're as easy as anything.
We got to question 1. I think it was you talking about that.
The Radiators.
Yes,
that
I think
catalogue
that
of
might have. I
songs.
think that may have done it.
I don't think they just threw you. I think. Anyway, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Jam Nation.
This is a story that piqued my interest. Yachties mutiny over lewd boat names. Complaint over offensive and sexist boat names has prompted Mornington Yacht Club to warn members to be more sensitive when naming their boats.
And what's the mutinies? The people who've named them those names going, oh, come on.
Yeah, you can't say anything anymore. Politically correctness, everyone's gone woke.
Oh, yeah, that old thing.
But I probably don't think this is such a bad name. There was a complaint about a sailing boat named Himalayan Women.
You know, of all the boat names I've seen that make me cringe, that's not the worst I've seen.
Himalayan Women.
Mountain men and mountain women.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll get that down.
Is this... Yeah,
Himalayan Women.
Meaning he's in there laying women.
Yeah,
He's
look,
Himalayan women in there.
Yes, but it's like Himalayan, like the Himalayas,
Yes.
women. Himalayan
Well, that's
women.
not the most offensive one I've
and
seen.
the rego
People
number's 69. So, you know.
Oh,
and the guy,
People
the
name
picture
their
of the
boats
guy,
terrible
the picture
things.
of the guy looks exactly as you would imagine the guy that owns that boat would look like.
It could be a guy who looks like Brad Pitt and you'd still cringe.
Would you?
I don't understand.
Would you? If you saw-
Absolutely.
Really?
If the most attractive man in the world with a boat named something awful,
Yep.
most women, I think, would go, ugh.
So Brad Pitt pulls up in his boat. It's called Himalayan Women. Says, hello, young lady. Why don't you come for a ride in my boat? Where are you?
I'd be in there like a
Of
shot.
course you would. There's another name there. Well, so there was Himalayan Women and there was another boat, Screamin' Seamen.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's terrible.
Seaman as in seaman, as in, Popeye.
Duh, as if.
So the club has had a quiet word because it started to become a bit of a thing. One lad was about to call his boat Big Black Tiller and they said, come on, mate. And he's decided just to go with Agnes. The dude that owns Himalayan Women, though, says he's not changing the name because he's had it for 10 years and it's unlucky to rename a boat. And I'm on his side about that. I do agree with that.
But you see the worst names, and I'm not even going to say some of the names I've seen because
what
they're
did you
just
say?
disgusting. No, they're disgusting
You had a boat
puns.
once, though. You had a boat.
We wanted to call it Passing Wind. Someone already had that name, so I think we went with Sandy Gusset because it's
There's a
hard to
passing wind down my way.
Of course there is. But it's hard to come up with a name that probably sums up something, which is why those guys go for Dunrootin and all those terrible things.
Dunrootin.
Do you know, but it's not just boats. There's a woman driving around the eastern suburbs of Sydney with a pink number plate that says doctor's wife.
Oh.
Who would do that?
Okay, there's a woman.
Who would do that?
There's a woman driving around our area and her number plate is Top Mom. So but it's Top Mum, but spelt
American
spelling. Mom. And then I see her and I think, well, is this because it was a gift that was ironic? You know, someone said, you're a top mum, I'm going to give you that as a number plate. And
well, unless she's driving in a disguise, she's happy with it. Because if you got in a car and it said Top Mom, you didn't want it, you'd have to wear a disguise.
I've never had a personalised number plate because I don't believe in them because I just do not want to give the government any more money than they already get out of me for registration. So
and all the good rude puns are gone.
All the yeah. But I do like when you go behind a car though, and the P plater has got like they put the P next to the number plate, and you get something like perv. I saw a perv the other day.
I know, I've seen a perv.
Perv's great. You get URV, and then you put the P in front.
And it was better when they had their L plates.
You go from Lerv to Perv.
Well, let's out them. How about this for the tribal drum? Name and shame, the Rego edition.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Oh, it's creepy, isn't it? Just creepy.
Himalayan women.
What have you seen? The Rego edition.
Podcast. So a complaint over an offensive and misogynistic boat name has prompted Mornington Yacht Club to warn members to be more sensitive when naming their boats. There was a complaint about a sailing boat named Himalayan Women.
You know, of all the ones I've seen, that is not as bad as a lot of them. I don't think it's funny, but it's not terrible.
It's one of those
like
ones
some
you
of
go
the
past,
stuff.
you go, okay.
Have you seen the one box dock that drives around? What does that mean?
Is he a gynecologist?
Well, we do a gynecologist. We just assume he is. But if you do, that's terrible. And if he's not, that's terrible.
Remember Seinfeld, Ass Man? He's driving around Ass Man.
And what was his job? Was he a proctologist?
I think he was a proctologist. I've got a mate, the rego of his boat is 4NOK8TION.
So fornicate.
Fornication.
Oh, come on.
That's what I said.
And do you think that, when you look at that boat, do you say, good on you, mate, good on you, mate? And how do women feel about that? That's brilliant.
The tribal drum is beating Name and Shame, the Rego edition.
Oh, behave.
Yeah. Nate has joined us.
Hello, Nate. Are you dobbing yourself in or something you've seen?
Something I've seen. So
Go
I
on,
was
Nate.
driving one day and I saw a car and it had PU55DR, so Puss Doctor.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I'm not. And then on the background, like it was the cat style number plate, and then I found out later that he's actually a vet. That's driving around in that car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, a few.
Yeah. Man of scum. Okay. So where is this man right now?
You know, if he's a cat doctor, I think that's cute.
Yeah.
But at the first bit there, I thought that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, Mrs. Slocum would be happy.
I know. Still, wow, that must cause a lot of accidents.
It would cause a lot of accidents, and you're paying the government extra money for that.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
What's for breakfast?
Oh, there's egg and bacon and sausage and spam.
And a mug of dark beer to wash it down.
It would be hard to name a boat, I would imagine. I've got a little aluminium tinny, and it's called Squidgy, and because I bought it second hand, and I just thought that's what it's called. It's called Squidgy, but Squidgy is a brand of lure, and it's just a sticker on the back of it.
And does it work for you? Is it a lure? But a lot of people use those names on boats and cars to sell your personality, and it never works because it just makes everyone go, ugh.
But a lot of rich guys can be tools, so you got to get tooly type names.
A lot of rude names.
A complaint over offensive and misogynistic boat names has prompted Mornington Yacht Club to warn members to be more sensitive when naming their boats. One boat that's got their attention is a sailing boat called Himalayan Women.
See, that's not as bad as a lot of the others.
Like, I wouldn't call my boat Himalayan Women.
No.
13 WSFM is our number. We're
It's
taking
a lot
calls on
worse than that, as we've
There is a
heard.
lot. And remember the time when you leave it up to the public to name a boat? Remember the story of Bodie McBoatface? Do you remember this?
Once Britain ruled the waves. Now sailors might just rue the day that the public was asked for its opinion on what to call a new research ship. Boaty McBoatface.
So that's
But at least it's not sit on my boat face, which is what the complaints would be if they all turn rude.
Or if you had a go at it. The Tribal Drummers beating Name and Shame, the Rego edition.
You behave. Yeah.
Dayton has joined us.
Hello, Dayton. What have you seen?
I was down at Phillip Island for the MotoGP and I saw a motorbike with the number plate PEN15.
Oh, yeah, good.
And when I went to ask the female owner why it spelt what it spelt, she got quite irate with me and said, it spells pennies. My name's Penny. It's Penny.
Oh.
And I went, no.
Yeah. Right, so Penny, she knew that it looked like penis.
Yes.
Oh, obviously, because she got very irate very quickly. But, yeah, the joke was on her, I guess.
Yeah, good on
That's
you,
right.
Penny. What are you
I
doing?
wonder if she got cranky when everyone's calling
Well,
around.
yeah,
on
but
it.
don't-
Penny with a 5 on the end is penis.
It's as clear as day.
Yeah, of course it is. She's
Thanks,
writing
Dayton.
penis.
You're writing penis.
Wake up, Penny. You're writing penis.
Paul has joined us.
Hello, Paul. What have you seen?
Oh, man, I saw a BMW convertible with a very attractive blonde woman driving it, and the number plate was kept. K-E-P-T.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
No.
You don't like that.
That's terrible.
What's
what
your
did
beef
you
with
think
that?
when you saw that, Paul?
Oh, I saw that at the Rocks Markets.
But did you think that's dreadful?
I found it amusing, and she didn't seem to be embarrassed about it at all.
Oh, it's
So,
awful.
as a
awful,
feminist, Amanda, what's triggered in you about this?
Well, what do you think? I mean, isn't it interesting? Men have sexual names and women have names like that one I said that there's a car driving around the eastern suburbs with doctor's wife.
Yeah.
Women have ownership that this isn't my money, it's someone else's money.
Sure.
It's interesting the choices women make versus the choices men make. And they're all awful. They're all awful.
You should explain that to her next time you pull up next to her at the lights.
Yeah, I will.
Off she drives. Thanks, Paul. Scott has joined us. Hello, Scott.
Hi, mate. How are you?
Good.
What have you seen, Scott?
Going back quite some years ago before PCs like what we've got it now.
Yeah.
I had a mate that had a boat, Sexual Deviant.
It was called Sexual Deviant.
No, the numbers. So it was numbers. I'm presuming it was a 6.
UL.
Yep.
DV.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
6UL DV8. Oh, no.
And what was the problem with that, mate?
Everything was fine. Nothing from the motor, the marine thing. But when he was out fishing one day, the marine police on the boat said he's going to change his name, and he eventually had to.
Oh, the police actually made him change the name.
It's not fair, is it?
Yeah.
That beautiful, romantic name having to change. Oh, honestly, this is, this is men's domain, isn't it? When men get boats, this is what they do.
So if you got a boat with a Rego kept, you wouldn't be happy.
Oh, what do you think, Brendan? What do you think?
Kept happy.
Oh, honestly. People, please.
Jam Nation.
Imagine being stripped of modern possessions, of comfort, contact with other people, and dropped in the remote wilds of Western Tasmania, completely isolated from the world. Our next guest is one of the brave or crazy people who are doing this on a new series, Alone Australia. Alone is an extraordinary series, and I've watched them filming various ones overseas. The things that these people go through are extraordinary. Now, this contestant is a wildlife biologist with a military career with the Australian Navy. She got a PhD, which has made her Dr. Kate. Kate, hello.
G'day, how are you?
Great. I like saying Dr. Kate, though. That sounds good.
Dr. Kate. This is an extraordinary series, Kate, because it's not like Bear Grylls where everyone makes jokes that he's climbing a mountain, but the camera crew have had to climb above him.
And then he drinks his own urine.
Well, and everyone else's. Because you're your own camera crew. You set up your own cameras and you are actually alone, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a pretty crazy series.
The ones I've seen overseas, a lot of the people who do well in this are people that are a little bit crazy, that live off the grid. You don't seem to be that kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a little bit crazy to do something like this, but, you know, I guess maybe hopefully people can see me and, you know, see a little bit of themselves in that and think, yeah, maybe I could do that.
Well, the ones I've seen, there's a woman in the episode I saw that, well, I think she was in northern Canada, and it was frozen, and everyone's trying to catch squirrels and rabbits and tiny bits of lichen to eat. She found a porcupine or a wolverine, cut it open, and half of its innards were poisoned, and she was at desperate states, had to work out which of the poisoned things she could risk eating. What kinds of, and people who have to cut holes in the snow and the ice to fish, what were the hardships that you had in Tasmania?
Look, you know, the name of the series gives it away, Alone. We're pack animals, and, you know, there's only so long you can sit out there on your own. You know, if you have a love for people, and I found that very hard. I always knew it was going to be hard. It's an incredible experience. But also I'd say to that, like, you know, when in our lives we get that moment to step outside of it and turn off the phone notifications, stop going to work and sit there and ponder your life and think, am I living the way I want to live my life? And that is incredibly powerful.
Well, I think it'd be amazing where you've set up, you're by yourself and you've got to set up all the cameras around you and then just film yourself doing stuff.
Yeah, and also the stuff you have to film yourself doing is killing animals to eat them. I mean, what did you eat?
Well, yeah, that's a really good question. And I think, you know, I guess people's strategy is different. I'm a wildlife biologist, and I think going into this, I said to myself, I'm not going to be in a rush to kill our native animals. And so that certainly made my strategy, I guess, a little bit more difficult. But look, you know, obviously they had to be careful. We've got a lot of beautiful threatened species in Australia to make sure we weren't, you know, doing any damage to the environment. So there certainly were restrictions. So I think this series will actually be a very difficult series, even though there's no, you know, polar bears and brown bears coming to eat us in the night. Simply food procurement is quite difficult in Western Tasmania.
Imagine if you came across a thylacine and they're extinct and then you were starving to death. You were so hungry, Kate, and then this thylacine came along and it was looking a little bit weak and you thought, oh, you know what, it's turning into a giant steak and you're thinking, I could eat that. No one's going to know.
And you know you're in Tassie and there's some nice brie up the road.
The discovery of a thylacine would be enough of, like, you know, fame and fortune, I think, to warrant not eating him.
Well, you're going to give us great entertainment, 7:30 tonight on SBS and SBS On Demand. I spent some time in the Tasmanian wilderness at Cradle Mountain, but they've got a great track, and you just walk around the track. It's really easy, so you should have looked for that, Kate.
Yeah,
we'll go to Salamanca markets.
Yeah, go to Salamanca markets and buy one of those little doily things. They're always good. Dr. Kate, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
We're not gonna take it. I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Ramps for the pub test today. A woman has had a battle with her own skin after being prescribed steroids for 8 years after an allergic reaction to kissing her pet cat and dog. And this went on for ages. She didn't know why she was breaking out in this skin condition.
In the end, it was a form of eczema she had from kissing her pets. And kissing them's one thing. Like, I will kiss my dog on her nose and maybe on the top of her head, but I don't like when dogs lick people on the face.
It's terrible. Like,
some people love it. I watch all these animals, these pet sites, people adopt pets, and then they're licking them all over the face, and look how happy they are. And go,
if Miss April comes around, I'm happy for that, but that's
that pet to come and kiss you.
That I'm fine with that, but no, I'm not kissing a pet.
kissing pets on the lips. Does it pass the pub test?
My daughter does it all the time, but I observe her to see if she washes her mouth or not after that, but she doesn't because for her it's normal. But when you come and want to kiss me, so it's all right for her, but it's not all right for me, so it doesn't pass the pub test for me.
No, it doesn't, because I know someone that was licked on the eye by a dog, and the dog had worms. And this young girl is blind in her eye. So it's not a good idea.
No, definitely not. I'm actually a vet nurse, and you can actually get a lot of zoonotic diseases from your animals from kissing their faces and letting them lick you, and I just think it's gross.
No way. He's mostly just kissing on the outside and licking balls. He'd probably like it more. He's been doing that all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, some serious medical information as well as some information about testicles.
Doing it all day.
Cripes.
Thank you
You've been
for all your
warned.
calls.
Jam Nation.
I'm broadcasting from the studio. Amanda had hip surgery last week. It's quite extraordinary when you think about it. Last Monday, they were chopping you open and they put a new hip in.
Yeah, I've now got 2 titanium hips, my new one to match my old one. And it's incredible. I'm in far less pain now than I was before the surgery. The last few months were really hard. And actually the surgeon said when he opened me up, and this is lovely, he says a whole lot of fluid that just spurted everywhere that had come out from the joint fluid. And he said that's how he could tell how much pain I'd been in.
Whoa.
Because that fluid was pressing on nerves, and I guess it does that to protect itself because it was just bone on bone. So I feel so much better than I have for the last few months already, and it's only been a week. And I'm off the endone. I haven't had any for like 24 hours, and I had some Panadol last night. I haven't even taken anything since then, which is just miraculous considering the major mechanics that have taken place in my body. It's amazing, isn't it? And being off the endone and off the Panadine Fort that I was on beforehand means that my system's back to normal. I felt like I was going to pop. I was taking tablets at night to help you go to the loo and drinking prune juice. And finally, everything's back to normal. Thank you for asking.
And you're in the perfect location. You don't want to be here when that situation, because quite frankly, this radio station, when I first came here, it was never designed to have as many people in it as it has now. There's a billion people.
The toilets
can't
private.
handle it. They can't handle it.
They're not private. And guys don't seem to care, but girls care enormously. If I was in at the office, I don't know how I would have coped with this because I've got to go to the loo. You've got to go to the loo. I'm coping post-surgery, all that kind of stuff.
Well, you like going to the ST down in the car park, and I don't think it's the one, the special dunny as we like to call it, because you go down there and it's an exposure toilet.
But you can lock the door.
But if you forget to lock it, you're sitting over there. As soon as someone opens it, you're on display. I don't understand why you go down there.
Any girl would choose a private room rather than sitting in a cubicle of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
The hours we do play havoc with your system. You can't always choose when nature calls.
I know. It'd be like it'd be like a Mururoa Atoll. If you went in there now with your situation.
How have we got to talking about this? That's right. Watching an atomic explosion.
Getting behind LED screens.
Their faces are all burnt. But I'm doing well, thank you for asking.
You're doing well.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Do you know, I know MAFS has just finished on television and we're looking before at the statistics of the success rate with that show. There's not much going on there at all. But let me just say, Farmer Wants a Wife has had 9 weddings, 5 long-term relationships, 25 babies. There is an air of authenticity around this show, and it's starting on Channel 7 again tonight. Samantha Armitage is the host of the show. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Jonesy.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And condolences about your horsey.
Oh, thank you.
I was reading about your horse passed away.
Oh, did you? And where did you read that?
I was in the newspaper.
Was it? Okay.
I was sad about
yes,
that.
Well, this is, it was a mate of mine who's married to a farmer out at Hay, said if you've got livestock, you've got dead stock. And we had to put a horse down, a good horse last week, which is devastating. But so thank you for that. But this is racing. This is life. He broke his leg in the paddock, so
What, just walking around the paddock?
Well, I don't know. I think we don't know. Overnight he fell over or I don't know.
it's just
Terrible.
a shame.
Terrible.
See, that's life on the land, and that's what these women are choosing. They have to fall in love with a man, but fall in love with the life as well, and that's a different thing again, isn't it?
It is. It's not for everybody, a life on the land, but I am amazed how many young women want this and genuinely come on the show to find it. Because I've done it, and my mother did it, and so it's a wonderful lifestyle living in the country, and it's great to see lots of these young city girls still wanting to get out and meet a farmer.
So we've seen the rise of the influencer with Married at First Sight. They've become like a giant monster. And there was one of them that came in here the other day from Married at First Sight, and you could exactly see what she thought if she came in here and it was like she was Elvis Presley. I've arrived. And I went, what have we created here? Are we seeing the same types?
No,
on your show?
I don't think so. We sort of lean away from that kind of drama. It is the stats that Amanda just mentioned are true. It's an extraordinarily successful, it's a reality show, but it's had this great success rate because I think, well, certainly the farmers are genuinely there for the right reasons, and most of the ladies. So, and the farmers are very clever at weeding out the ladies that aren't there for the right reasons. So this season, all of them have fallen in love. They've all said the L word, which is quite extraordinary because it's quite hard to matchmake people, but I think I've been quite good at it this year.
This is you. So you're claiming all of this.
This is my thing, Cupid.
Is there something about modern life that's making women in cities think, young women thinking there needs to be more than this? Is there something about the pace of life that's not fulfilling people at the moment?
Yes, look, I've been thinking about this lots lately. I think post-COVID, everybody has this romantic notion of the countryside, and it can be like that. It's not always like that. But, the veggie garden, the great lifestyle, the lack of traffic, people aren't quite as angry. When I come back to Sydney, which I do once a week at the moment, so we're pretty lucky, we're pretty close to the city, but it's just a different pace. It's a different lifestyle. The country is a great place to bring up kids. And yes, I think more and more young women, you can have your big career and be in the country. It's not like it was in my mother's day where you were out there and you were just a homemaker and raising children. You can now transfer your career to the country and have this great lifestyle in the region. So you've got this fantastic situation in regional Australia where you've got all these dynamic women moving out there, marrying farmers, really getting these communities going. The schools are full. It's great out there in the bush.
What's your favourite bit of farm infrastructure? If you got a tractor, you got a mower, a slasher.
Look, I do enjoy the mower. I love the chainsaw.
Chainsaws are great.
I have discovered pruning with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Cuts
Fantastic.
down the time.
You don't use it on your legs.
Well, I'm worried. Richard's like, just put it down.
He said, keep the chainsaw down. But there is nothing better when you got a chainsaw, and not one of these new, electric chainsaws, like a full-on petrol-consuming.
No, I don't use the big petrol one. I use the little girls.
You
one.
get one of those farm. Have you ever seen the farm? You'd have a farm boss. The farm boss. The steel farm boss. You get in your hand, and it's got so much horsepower. It's like as you rev it, it twists in your hand from the torque.
That's how you cut your legs off. Yes.
Yeah. I had a mate that had a situation down at his farm, and it nipped the top of his knee, and he's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God!
And he had to drive his ute with the legs straight, so it wouldn't.
To get himself to hospital. Well, see, this is the downside of farming. There's not a lot of OH&S sometimes.
No.
And it's a long way from hospital.
That's when you thank mobile phone coverage, don't you?
It's just a whole different world out there, but it's a lovely world. It's nice to be part of it.
Well, Sam, it's great to see you. Farmer Wants a Wife will return to Channel 7 and 7 Plus on Monday the 10th of April. And you said it here, you are the matchmaker. You're the one that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to take credit
You're
for
not
that.
backing away from it. You're leaning into it.
I'm leaning into it. It's been fun. It's been lovely to be part of it. It was a really good cast and crew. And it was a bit like First Day at School. I walked in on set. Well, I think we started filming in November, and I was a bit nervous because I thought, new television crew and I won't know anyone. And then I walked in and it was all these old cameramen that all used to work in the newsroom with me. So I knew half the crew. So it was fantastic.
She's back.
Yeah, it was good.
Great.
Good to be part of it.
Well, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
It's nice to see you too. And Amanda,
Lovely
you're
to
looking
see
very
you.
well.
Well, thank you. I'm at home recuperating from my hip replacement. I've got a hot water bottle and I've got a cup of tea and my dog's just sitting next to me and I'm loving it.
Are you familiar with the Thunderbirds? Remember on the Thunderbirds, so Amanda's on Tracy Island.
Yes, I'm a little satellite island.
Just sitting out there by the pool.
This Thunderbirds has no brains involved, obviously.
It's the drugs.
It looks very
wearing off. They're wearing off, as you can see. Sam, thank you.
That's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
We just had Samantha Armitage on the show. Farmer Wants a Wife is back on the telly in April when we're away. But they've had the most success out of any of the dating shows.
But you know why? And we were talking about this before. Maths has had some success, not much, like 7% or something.
Well, it says 78,
Not even that. 78
of the couples, so it's been 78 couples on that show, and there's been 7 people who are still together. Is that mathematically right? 7 couples still together. Yes, that makes sense.
But I imagine that those couples are from the early days because the show is giving less and less care to actually putting together people who should be together.
Remember Bryce, who used to work with us, he went on there.
One.
And he's with Melissa still, and they've had 2 children.
That's right. And there's Cam and Jules.
Cam and Jules still together?
And they've had a baby.
What about
there's
Erin and Bryce, the other couple from season 2 all those years ago, back in 2016? Yeah. They're still together, and they're shunning the limelight.
Because they took it seriously. And there's also that couple... She's the Martha, the big influencer.
Oh, yeah,
and Michael, they've just had a baby.
I still don't buy into
that. But having said that, the thing with Farmer Wants a Wife is that they let the farmers vet some of the people. They let the farmers make some of these decisions as well. So there's a lot of thought and care and sensitivity that goes into the matching. They're not being put together for conflict. They're not being put together for drama. And I think... it's a missed opportunity for people to meet each other. I've got a friend who met her husband. He has since passed away, but he was the love of her life. She's had a baby with him after a number of years of dating the wrong guys and things not working out. This is my friend Jane. You know Jane.
Yeah, I know Jane.
She met Peter at a thing where you had a dinner party and there were 6 guys and 6 girls, and he wrote a letter saying, yes, I'd like to come. And from that letter, she sent me that letter. And she said, listen to this. This guy sounds like me. Right. They fell madly in love. She feels now that their courtship was so quick because they knew they didn't know at the time their time was limited, but that's what it was in the end. He passed away from cancer. Oh. But they lived a whole life in a shorter period of time because of the intensity of their relationship. And so there are a lot of people who are looking for sincere ways to meet people. And I think it's a missed opportunity that Married at First Sight doesn't do that. And I know why, because it's a different kind of show. Farmer Wants a Wife does that. You and I could use our skills
we could become experts
to put people together.
We've been married for a long time.
Not to each other, which is why we're good at this.
But we've been married to people for a long time. And there's a bit of... I was looking at, because we had Lyndall and Cam on the show. Well, we didn't have Cameron on the show, but we had Lyndall on the show. And Lyndall is a lovely lady. She's about 28, but she's had cystic fibrosis, so she knows what it's like to really struggle in life. And her life has changed with this new drug that she's been able to obtain that was prohibitive before because it was so expensive. It was like $20,000, but then the government released it on the PBS. Her life has changed, so she's got this new look at life. Lisa life. She ends up with Cameron. Cameron, this guy, he seems like a nice guy, but he doesn't want to commit. He's never had a relationship before. And he's 27.
And lives in a completely different state.
Yeah, and he lives in Darwin, but he lives off-site, works off-site for months at a time. It was never going to happen.
No, you and I could find people for people.
Well, for starters, There's
so many people in Sydney looking for sincere matchups.
But for starters...
Because people are getting sick of the swiping. Can I just say this too? People are finding that if you can swipe for a partner...
Yeah, it's too much choice.
People are finding too much choice. Too much choice. It makes it overwhelming. They're looking for other ways.
So the criteria I would feel is that you'd have to get someone in from the same area. Do you know what I mean? You can't go Perth to Darwin.
City. No, that's right.
But even in like a city like Sydney, if you got someone from Cronulla and you put them together with someone from Wiseman's Ferry, that's not going to work.
No, but
someone's going to have to move.
No,
it's a hell of a commute.
Sure, but depends on the force of the love. That's an easier commute than going to Darwin from Perth. You know, we were talking about this earlier and we're saying what name could we give it? I like Jam Singles, like craft singles, but Jam, Jones and Amanda Singles.
I took it one step further. I said Jamingle. You're single, you're ready to mingle. You're ready to jamingle. It's a work in progress. This is a living document. I just think we could...
I think that Sydney needs something sincere. There's a whole lot of people who are looking to find people and maybe we can help.
So what would we do? We'd set up a little...
Stay tuned.
When you say stay tuned, does that mean you actually have a plan or no? You're just saying stay tuned and you're just going to pretend?
Stay tuned and let's work on what comes next. Whatever, as you said, a kissing booth at the Easter show. I don't know.
I think that'd be good.
Let's work on this.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
If there's something on your case, it's well worth coming to us because our favourite Ghoulie of the Year gets $20,000 cash thanks to Hare and Forbes Machinery House. You download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your Ghoulie.
I know you've had a lot on your plate, but how's things going vis-a-vis my pressure washer for my birthday? What's the...
You know, I'm not able to drive just yet, and I'd like to go and peruse everything at Hare and Forbes Machinery House.
Just seeing how it, wheels are in motion.
Yeah, sure. Don't you worry,
Or is it
Brendan.
like when you say
You'll
stay
get a
tuned?
pressure wash somehow.
Is it like when you say stay tuned?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned because nothing's going to happen. What have we got?
G'day, Jonesy and Amanda. This is what gets my ghoulies. When you get home after work and make some Devon and tomato sauce sandwiches, then the missus comes home and you tell her how good the Devon tastes, but then she cacks herself laughing and tells you it was the dog's new dog food roll. That's what gets my ghoulies. Thanks.
That
and
dog
the fact
food
that you
roll?
liked it.
And I wonder about that stuff because you see
Because it's
it.
packaged. It looks like bologna.
Yeah.
It looks like Devon. It's packaged the same
And
way.
it looks good. Bloody dog's eating better than me.
Yeah, if there's a picture of a golden retriever on it, don't eat it.
Well, actually gets my ghoulie that I have so many ghoulies, but one that really gets to me is you're running late for work in the morning, you're all dressed to walk out the door, you think, I'll just have that last mouthful of my coffee, and you totally miss your mouth, and it just goes straight down the front of your shirt. It's no fun.
You know that my son's working as a barman, what do we call them, barman? Bar person?
He's a barman.
Yeah, and sometimes his shirts, just all around the collars and everywhere, are coffee. And I think, what's happened? And he's making espresso martinis in the shakers.
Yeah.
And if the top's loose, sploosh all around his neck and all down the shirt.
Yeah.
Like I've got the nappy sand.
Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, ring us or call us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 4 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins overnight accommodation at Kempton Margot, Sydney. This is a fabulous city hotel. Plus you get a table for two to enjoy Luke Mangan's famous bottomless brunch at Luke's Kitchen.
Yum!
With Easter around the corner, why don't you think about it? And you know what? You can stay in that hotel with your pets.
Can you really?
You can.
Jonesy demanded tea towel and 18th birthday key ring as well is pretty good. A boat at Morning Peninsula Marina has been told to change the name of it because it's a little bit inappropriate. I don't think it's that bad. It's called Himalayan Women.
Oh, but there's worse puns, terrible things. The tribal drum was beating for Name and Shame, the Rego edition.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
Oh, creepy. Here's Nate from Terrigal.
Driving one day and I saw a car and it had PU55DR, so Puss Doctor.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I'm not. And then on the background, it was the cat style number plate, and then I found out later that he's actually a vet.
Mrs. Slocum would have been happy to see.
I know.
My pussy.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Well, Boss Mike is up
Boss
next.
Man Mike is coming up next.
Boss Man Mike.
Boss Man Mike.
We are back from 6 o'clock with Jam Nation, so we'll see you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, dear, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, drink till your chin, goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.